Okay, then next session, we're going to be working on mobility, balance, lower abdominals. Okay, just let it flow, folks. All right, just starting off, bit of hand and foot rotation, 2 or 3 circles each way. Other side, just loosening up ankles, feet, and wrists. Having your feet slightly apart. Okay, hands above the head. Just have a bit of hip rotation to get going. Just swirling the hips forward, sticking your bum up behind, just getting it around lower back and upper back. Okay, 2 or 3 the other way. Breathing in and out. Just relieving any tension in the upper back and lower back. Hopefully feeling more mobilized already. Okay, so first of all, just having your feet turned out, not too far at all in your distance between your feet. Just a little bit of bend into your knees. Just slide that right toe along, lift the knee up to hip height, rotate out, and then change sides. Lift the knee, rotate out, bend, slide, and bend again. Nice and slow, lift the knee. So you're just mobilizing those hips there. Okay, this time having your feet a little bit facing forwards, having your arms out wide to shoulder height, just twisting and reaching across to your opposite knee, breathing in, and then twisting to your other side. So just have your knees slightly soft, folks. Don't lock them out, but not totally bent as well. Just getting some flexibility into your spine. And if you think you can, just maybe reach down towards the shin area this time, turning your head towards your opposite hand. And if you think you're ready as well, maybe just go a bit lower towards the ankles on each side. Just feeling that across the middle of your spine. Twist and breathe, twist and rotate. There we go. So just come into your upper back now. Feet facing forward still, same gap with your feet going on. Bit of bend into your knees, hands onto your thighs. And with the knees bent, chest up tall, just have a bit of rotation of upper body towards the right hand side. And that should give the left of your upper back a nice mobilizing effect. Breathing in, back to the middle, just a bit of twist to the left now with right shoulder. Feeling that across the upper back. Breathing in, twist the other side now, just relieving knots in the shoulder blades. One more time, right shoulder towards left. Starting to feel more mobilized, hopefully. Okay, just bring your feet a little bit closer in now, hip distance apart, and just having a little bit of work into your lower back. I'm going to turn sideways for the demo. So first of all, folks, just kind of slide your hands down onto your thighs. Your knees are slightly bent. We're just going to bring in a bit of pelvic tilt now. So we're just simply rocking the pelvis backwards and forwards at a steady speed. So you're kind of curving your bum back, curving that tailbone, nice and relaxed, sucking the tummy in, just to feel a really nice mobilizer in that lower back. One more time. Okay, this time though, I'll turn and face. All right, we're going to have your left hand onto your right thigh, lock out your right arm straight, turning your head to the right, just nice and slow, pull that right arm back, and feel a good stretch across the front of your right shoulder and into the side of your spine. So we now place right hand on left knee, left arm locked out, breathing in, just turning upper body and head to the left. So you'll feel that on the right of your spine and across the left of your chest and shoulder. Okay, so spine in good nick, just carefully bring yourself up from there. Ready just to warm up the thighs a little bit. So we bring our feet together flat, toes facing forward, shoulders relaxed and down. Take an inhale. On your exhale, suck in that midsection tight. Lengthen your arms out wide to shoulder height, folks. And on the exhale with your left leg, if you can, just blow out and begin to lift. Breathe in as it comes down, avoid the floor if you can. Blowing out. Breathing in, you might just find you're getting a little bit higher with each one. Just lift to a limit. This height you can manage with. Up you go again, blowing out. And breathing in. Now just bringing the left knee up to hip height. We're going to involve the arms a little bit of pulse up and down with those arms there, warming them up. Pause again, a little bit of rotation. Pausing arms, just a little bit of pulse on the left knee. 3, 2, 1, pause. Back to reverse circles now. Left leg feeling a bit heavier possibly. Pause the arms. If you can now, blow out, lock out the left leg, bring it back to a bend. Lock it out, back to a bend. One more, blowing out, breathing in. Now just let your palms face forwards, guys. Can you bring your palms together? Take a breath in, lift up to above the head. Bringing your hands into prayer at chest height with your shoulders down. Keep the knees facing forwards. Just try and turn your upper body to the left as much as you can. Hold nice and still. Breathing in. Coming back. Spread your arms out. A little bit of pulse up and down with that left knee. And that will feel a lot heavier, I think. So just a little bit of a stretch whilst we're here, okay? Keep the right foot in front. Step back onto your left foot behind there. Bit of bend into your right knee. Hands on the waist. Just lean back a little bit, stretch down the front of that back left leg now. 3, 2, 1. Step back in. All right, we're going to go into the back of the hamstring and glute. So we do this by just raising arms high, above shoulders, nice and straight. And we're going to start, folks, by, going to change my mind, I'm going to turn this way. We're going to just lift the right heel up to above the floor, lift the right knee up to hip height, look straight ahead. Can you start bending your left knee and start to pivot forwards a bit further, or a bit further, or a bit further, to the point where you've got that right leg locked out behind, that left foot flat in front. This is what happens when I look at the camera, it goes wrong. But if possible, bringing your palms together, just taking your arms apart wide, breathing in. Connect, blowing out, coming apart, just promoting a bit of flexibility across the chest, but working into those shoulder and upper back muscles. One more time, blowing out and breathing in, and just let that left leg recover momentarily. Okay, so just having a bit of a spine roll down before we do the next one. So first of all, with your feet slightly apart, just having your chin tucked in and imagining there's a fridge door behind your back. Start peeling your spine off the door, folks, just one vertebra at a time with those knees slightly bent. Hands going down to the ankles. Now when you get there, can you just put each hand under opposite elbow, bring in a little bit of rotation of head and arms to each side, just twisting your hips a little bit, feeling this around your lower back. Blowing out and breathing in, and then with your hands and arms hanging loose, hands on feet, just let your head drop, just a little bit of a nod up and down with your head, and then rolling back up slowly with the head coming up last. Just a little break in between the balance movements, but now crossing arms over the chest. Midsection sucked in tight, lifting left heel off the floor. Keep your left foot down for the time being actually. So take a breath as you blow out, lift the heel, now lift the knee, just aiming your elbows towards that left thigh. As the foot goes down, try and avoid the floor if possible. Blow out and breathing in, just working into that left side of your core a little bit here. We're going to go one more, bring it in. And then blowing out, place it down there. Fantastic. So another one on the left side of your body for your balance. Okay, raise the arms high, take a breath in, and lifting right heel and then right knee to hip height. We start bending the left knee, guys, but if possible, just begin to look down to the floor. With right leg locked out, bring hands together into the reverse fly, just working into your upper back, the shoulder blade area now, okay? So stay nice and flat and balanced on that left foot. Pressure on the back of the hamstring, pressure on your upper back muscles, goes wrong when you're trying to look at two things, alright? That's my best excuse. Just have a little shake on your feet there, and we'll do another roll down before the other side of balance. So feet together, feet slightly apart, shall I say. Just turning your head and body towards the right leg. Can you start rolling down that right leg down towards your shin and ankle, and you're starting to feel this hopefully into the lower part of your back. Breathing in, slowly slide hands up, head coming up last. Just a little turn of body and hands to the left leg now, softly bending your knee, roll down slowly, hands to the ankle, right side of the lower back, feeling that good, okay? Breathing in. Recovering well, ready for the next side. So feet back in together, folks, core sucked in, arms are going to work as well, remember, so just straighten those arms out to shoulder height level. And with your right leg now, just take your time. You can slide your right foot forwards a little bit, and then just blow out and breathe in, lift to a height you're comfortable with, okay? Blowing out, breathing in. Again, nice and straight with the leg. A little bit of bend in your knee is fine, but then putting some bend into the thigh, a little bit of pulse going on with the right knee, pause of the knee, a little bit of pulse with hands again, and pause, a little bit of circle with your arms. Nice controlled, and from there, folks, just bringing your hands together. Sorry, we pull back, we exhale, we extend, bend and extend, bend and extend. Strong leg, folks. This time we're ready, palms facing forwards, palms come together. Take that breath in, lift above your head, and then just bringing your hands into prayer, chest height, shoulders relaxed. Keep the legs facing forwards. Just try and twist upper body to the right side of the room as best you can. Good test for your spine flexibility. Breathing in, coming back to the middle. Spread your arms out wide. A little bit of pulse once again with that right leg, heavy. And then bring it down. Okay, so left foot in front flat. Step back onto right foot flat, like you're not drunk, okay? Hands on the waist, bending into that left knee, just leaning back a little bit. Get down the front of that hip flexor. 3, 2, 1. Step in, ready for the right hamstring. So raising, 2 arms up, lifting left heel and left knee. A little bit different for this single leg reach now. We're going to just bend the right knee again, lengthening your left leg behind. We pause, maybe just bring in a little bit of robotic action with arms, nice and straight up and down, just a slicing action. Breathing in, blowing out, and warming up those arms nicely. Alright, so 1 more to go. We're going to try and just come into that reverse fly again, and then be soon ready for the floor. Okay, up you go, arms, up goes left knee to hip height. So just keeping the pressure on that standing right flat foot. As you start bending right knee, we lengthen left leg behind, drop your hands, let your head look down, folks. Bring palms together, try to reverse fly it. So you're just going to work in between those shoulder blades again, the upper back, pressure on that right hamstring, testing your balance. And 1 more big squeeze across the shoulder blades. And then coming back from there, we just have a little bit of a shake off. That's a good test for your balance, but obviously to strengthen up your quads and hamstrings at the same time. Good one to do, okay? Gets better over time. So we'll give the hamstrings a downward dog, then we'll get ready for lower abdominals. Just take a breath, a little bit of calf raise, just pulsing up and down onto the front of your feet, heels off the floor, lactic starting to build up in your calves. Flat feet come down, knees go soft, chin tucks in, and away we go. Once again, mobilizing the spine all the way down to the feet with knees bent. We walk out, and with hands going flat, head hanging loose, just getting into the back of the hamstrings, folks. Just hold it there. Perhaps bring your hands a bit closer in, bum stuck up high, and then just alternating bending the knees, one straight, the other bending, just to get down the back of those lower leg calves. Breathing in and out. 3, 2, 1, and just coming down onto the knees. We'll have a little bit of a lower back release. Just slide your hands back towards the feet, sink your tummy into your thighs, trying to get your head as close to the floor as you can. Give that spine a nice break off there. Okay. And lifting head away from the floor. We'll walk the hands out and we'll take the feet off the floor, the feet glued together, just taking your feet out to the left hand side. That stretches the left of your lower back. Feet twisting to the right, right side lower back now. Inhale, back to the middle, now twisting to your left. Great stretch for each side of the lower back here, folks. Twist. And then we're going to come into a nice deep stretch for the hip flexors. So I'll face the camera for this one, hands wide apart, just coming up onto the feet behind you and just stepping out with your left foot towards your left wrist. Put a deep bend into your knee, come back, step out to your right wrist, bend the knee, come back. So we're predominantly getting into the hip flexors here. Really good range of motion. So if you're a regular runner or you just generally tight across the hip flexors, this is a good one to do to get flex into the hip joint area. Okay, coming back and stepping out, bend coming into the knee, and then just coming back onto our hands and knees again. We're going to have hands to the shoulders, knees into the hips, folks. Just a little bit of hip rotation, just circle the hips around. Breathing in and out, just giving your lower back a bit of a mobilizing effect before we target the lower abdominals. Round you go. And ready to go. So you're just going to come onto your back now, targeting this common weak spot of the core, the lower abdominals. So a few moves in succession, we see how we go. Just starting off with a little bit of pelvic tilt. So you'll just imprint the spine to the mat or to your carpet. Rest your head down and just having a nice gap under your lower back, folks. Your hands on the floor, arms are down. Breathe in, blowing out. Just flatten your lower spine into the, flatten your lower back into the ground. Breathe in, curve the pelvis upwards. Blowing out, flatten your lower back into the ground. Breathe in, bit of curve into your lower spine. So we're just getting fluid around that tailbone, that lumbar spine. Lower abdominals though, really warming up now. So we'll just slow it down. We'll have a little wrap around of the knees. We'll hug the knees into the middle and we'll just stir them around a little bit. Nice massage effect in the lower back. Breathing it out. Okay, just extending the legs again straight. Hands behind the back of those calves, bit of flexion into your feet. In and out through your nose and mouth. And ready to go for the lower core. So quite a few moves to get through here. Do what you can. Remember, just work at your own level. That's what it's all about. So first off, just finding a neutral spine, not a huge gap under lower back. Lower back not pressed into the floor completely. Just you're still able to get 2 fingertips underneath. Alright, straighten the legs out first. Feet together. 2 hands behind the back of the head. With feet glued together, we breathe in. On the exhale, we suck in the tummy. We just breathe in, and as we lift the head off the ground with the neck, that might be enough, but if you can just lift your feet slightly off the floor as well now, guys, just keep the feet glued together as you squeeze your lower abdominal core. Hold, 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 and bring heels and head down. Deep breath in, recovery. Abdominals still tight. Breathing in again. We bring the head and neck off the ground. Feet glued together. Just take the feet off the floor a little bit. Not too high at all. Just fist distance away from the ground with your feet there. Squeezing those lower abdominals. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Heels and head going down. Great start. So we're now going to come into a really good one for the lower core, the reverse curl. We're going to come up to tabletop. So just crossing your ankles, okay, and table. Core sucked in, just to keep your head off the floor. We'll pile up your fingertips and we'll put the back of your fingertips onto your head. We'll take a breath in and we're just trying to lift the butt off the floor a little bit, folks, for 3 seconds before blowing out. So breathing in rather, as the butt comes down, blowing out once again, butt off the floor, squeeze and hold. 3, 2, 1. Bring your bum down. Take another breath. And on the exhale, just again, lifting that tailbone off the floor a little for 3, 2, 1, and down. So, let the feet shake off. Lower core start to feel the effects of this. Alright, so we come up into the tabletop now. Just letting your arms relax from the floor, shoulders down away from the ears, that middle still sucked in tight. And on the out breath, you can just begin to let your feet lower down a little bit. Blow out, keep the knees slightly bent, breathe it in, coming back up, blowing out, pointing toes down, not too far. Blowing out and breathing in. We go again, blowing out. You just go to a distance that you can feel enough contraction into the lower core with. Blowing out as you go down. Breathing in as the legs come back. A little bit of a shake off in the feet again and stick in, okay? You're doing really well. We're ready for our extended legs. So part of the reason for doing the hamstring flex was to be good for this one, the corkscrew. Just try and have the arms relaxed alongside the floor, pressed into the ground. Just maybe have your palms and thumbs a little bit closer to your glutes. Legs glued together. On the out breath, we're just slowly circling the legs around to the left. Blowing out. Breathe it in. All the way back around to the top. And blowing out for another corkscrew. Blow it out as you go around. Breathe it in as you come up. And again, guys, blow it out as we go around. Breathing in as we come up. We've got one more to go now. Support the glutes and lower back with hands under butt. Blow it out. And breathing in and just wrap your hands again around those knees there. So that's a good start for the lower part of your core. So just have a little bit of a shake off with your feet and keeping a hold. We'll just have a little bit of a pull up into the seated position, ready to turn onto the hands and knees. So for this one, we're going to involve the glutes a little bit as well. So your hands are under the shoulders, the knees currently under hips, abdominals sucked in tight. Now we're coming up onto the feet, okay? And extending a left leg up high behind you straight. Core sucked in, blowing out. Just bring that left knee in towards your lower abdominals. Lift as high as you can on the way back out, just to really drive into the lower core and into the left glute heel. Blow out and breathe in. One more time coming in. Blowing out, breathing in, toe down, and we'll just have a little bit of a lower back release before the next one. Break for your hands, head down to the floor. Inhale for recovery. Onto flat hands again, up onto the toes, so just keeping that midsection tight. Up goes the right leg, blowing out to drive that knee in towards your core, folks. Lift and lock out behind, so getting 2 for 1 on this one, driving into your lower abdominals, working into that glute heel, strengthening your arms as well, okay, because of where you give your hands a hand to really keep you nice and stable, hence the arms work hard. Drag that leg out behind. One more time, drive knee in. Lift and look out behind. And recover and bring yourself down there. Okay, into the Z shape. We're going to have knees pointing to the left foot, sole of your left foot just inside to that right thigh. Right hand on your ankle, just give yourself a bit of a lean to the right with your left arm. And then just feel this under your right arm. We'll turn head and hands to the left, and we'll just slide out those hands long, head going down, feeling it in the right underarm part, folks. 3, 2, and 1. Walking hands in. And just momentarily coming onto our backs again, we're going to just cross the left ankle over the right thigh, lift the right foot off the floor, grab your left knee and left foot, pull it in, push it to the right a bit if you can. And feel that effect on your left glute. Okay. One more time for these lower abdominals. Okay, just one last big push. So neutral spine first of all. 2 fingertips are still able to get under there. On the out breath, just drawing your tummy nice and tight towards your spine. So up we go into the straight leg position. 2 hands behind that head, bringing the head off the ground, the chin tucked in. On the exhale, just take that left leg halfway down to the floor so your legs are straight. Keep the hands behind the head, or if possible, just taking the arms above the shoulders, and maybe take your left arm alongside the left leg, blowing out and breathing in. Just really start to squeeze that left lower side of your core, blowing out and breathing in. The toughest one of the day, folks. One more time, blowing out and breathing in and resting the head down. Recover. Okay, keep a hold of knees, bring yourself up. Another recovery before the next one. So knees point out to the right, sole of right foot inside to your thigh, right arm locked out, just leaning to your left. Feel that deep one into your right trunk. And now for the left underarm, just turning hands and head to the right of your mat or carpet. Just slide out the hands long, straighten your arms, drop the head. Left arm feeling good for that. And then slowly walking the hands back in. We just turn again onto our back. We cross the right ankle over the left thigh. Head down, left foot off the ground, grab the right knee and the right foot, pull it in towards you, push it out to the left if you can. And release, and this is it for the last lower abdominal move, folks. Do what you can. Hand under lower back, 2 fingers still underneath, tabletop legs, eventually straight. 2 hands behind head, abdominals sucked in, just bringing the head off the ground carefully, the chin tucked into the chest. On the exhale, just try and bring your right leg down to the point where you're not hitting your sofa. And we'll try that again. Right leg coming halfway down, chin tucked into the chest. Either stay there, or take your arms up high above the shoulders, or just take your right arm alongside right leg and begin to alternate up and down with the arms. Breathing in and blowing out. Breathing in, blowing out. One more time. Breathing in and just bring the head down. So that is a really good grilling for the lower core, folks, if that's what you're after. Just do what you can at all times. Never overdo it, right? Shake the feet around. And we'll pull ourselves up, coming back to the original mobility we were doing at the start, but on hands and knees, just having your knees apart, your hands wide apart, head in line with the sternum of the spine, just a little bit of back extension, lowering your bum back towards heels, and then lengthening your bum back again. So you're just ironing out the spine, nice and immobile. having knees under the hips, hands under the shoulders, just wiggling around a bit in that spine, backwards and forwards, different curves going on, twisting the shoulders perhaps as well. And you just feel like the whole of your back gets a really good mobilizing effect, gets rid of any stiffness around spine and all areas. Okay. And from there, just coming down to the front and piling up your fingertips, sliding your left leg out to the left, then coming into your left knee and just resting your head onto your hands there, stretching the left adductor. Okay. Extend and slide along, and just bending that left knee now, trying to grab whatever you can, your sock, your foot, ankle, trousers if you've got them on. Just draw the heel as close as you can into the front of your glute, the back of your glute roller, and then release that foot carefully down. Little spin for me, and right leg is sliding out now to the side, bending in that right knee, and resting head down. And bring it around carefully as you straighten it, folks. Just bend the right knee joint one more time, grabbing what you can, drawing the heel into glute, resting side of head down. And from there, we release the foot from your hand, just having your hands flat alongside the chest, lifting head and chest off the floor. Just try and balance upon your hands for a moment there, giving that lower back a nice stretch, giving your head a bit of a turn each way. And then just one more time, a lower back release. Lifting head and just coming apart to our feet. We'll push ourselves up, the head coming up last. And just give yourself a few swings in your arms, breathe and relax. Blood flow coming back to the head. And then just interlacing your fingers across the chest, folks, just a little bit of rotation each way. Across the middle of that spine. Just shake it all off. Okay, so that's a good one. If you want to incorporate a bit of balance, a bit of work for your lower abdominals and general mobility, okay, give it a go. Well done.